Hello my little beans and welcome back to another fabulous nasally video here on my channel where we're going to be talking about my new announcement series. So starting next Saturday we're going to be doing a whole new series on the weekends. So I changed my schedule around and Monday through Friday is going to be BookTube and Sims 2 videos, whereas the weekends are going to follow with this series called Movie Talks with Jacob. Now my voice normally doesn't sound like this. I'm under the weather, which is the reason why it's not starting this weekend, because I didn't actually go and see any movies this week, and so I can't do movie reviews about movies I have not seen. I did watch Dumplin', and I did go see What Men Want, so technically I do have a few movies that I could review, but it doesn't follow my formulaic plan for this series, which we're about to get into. So the series will have 3 chapter times linked down below, for this particular video. 3 or 4 if I do chapter times. If not, there's no way for you to know, just watch the whole video. The first thing we're going to be talking about, though, is why. So my sister, said a friend of hers, who I know quite closely, was like, there was a horror movie that she wanted to see, but she wasn't really sure if it was good or not, and so she asked if I had seen it. My sister said yeah, she said I enjoyed it. It's not rare that I don't enjoy movies, but that I particularly enjoyed this particular film. And so she's like, oh, we have to go see it then because your brother said, and my sister brought up a good point saying, there's a lot of people who ask, hey, has your brother seen this? And she's like, yeah, and he really liked it, and so they ended up going and seeing that movie. You're a pretty good person to judge on, and, for movies, and so you should make a whole separate channel. I've done the whole separate channel thing. It does not work for me. I like having everything in one spot so I can upload when I want to upload, when I do these things. It does mean I have 3 different sets of videos going up every week, but ultimately I think it works the best for me. These are only on weekends. They're never going to be anywhere else. If I miss one, I missed one, sorry. It's going to be a Saturday and Sunday schedule, which we're about to get into. But that's the reason why. And I really like the idea, and I've been thinking about this for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I was just like, you know what, it's new year, new me, we're going to do it. And we're going to do it in March, because March was coming up. And originally, like I said, it was supposed to premiere tomorrow, but due to the fact of being under the weather, I'm not going to be able to go see Greta, I'm not going to be able to go see any of these newer horror films or anything like that. So I think I'm going to make a trip next week, and I know I'm seeing Captain Marvel premiere night. But if I don't go with my girlfriends, I'm going to go with, I'm going to go by myself, and I'm going to go see Captain Marvel in a different film that I think would reflect Captain Marvel, probably How to Train Your Dragon, just because it's one of those ones that I really, really want to see before I go home, for break. But I tend to go see 2 movies every week, is how it works, normally at the same time. Okay, so now we're going to talk about when they're going up. So like I said, they're going up on Saturday and Sunday. We have 2 slots. We have my favorite movie of the week and my least favorite movie of the week. Like I said, I go see between 2 to 4 movies a week, because every time it's like a 2.5 mile walk that I have to walk, and so I figured I'm walking so much, it's like 6 miles by the time I get home, that I'm going to, I'm going to go spend my money well, and I'm going to go see 2 movies I think are going to be really good. And I tend to push off movies, even like What Men Want, that came out like at the end of January, and I pushed it off because I didn't think it was going to be that good, and I was pleasantly surprised in how really good it was. It's actually one of my new favorite movies of the year. So, it's like one of those things where you're just like, ooh, that looks really good, but am I going to go pay for that? That's more what this is about. It's going to be like a review, where I'm just going to tell you what I really, really liked about, like, my favorite movie, and probably have, like, barely any flaws or things like that, or I've had a really bad week, and I didn't see any really good movies, and so it's, like, the least flawed, you know what I mean? So that brings us into the third category, what makes a good movie, what makes a bad movie, in my opinion. Normally it's very, hold on, I'm losing light, sorry. Normally it's very rare for me to find a bad movie. I've only seen 2 or 3 bad movies, I would say, and yeah, like last year I had like 6, and I saw over like 80 films in theaters, and I only categorize those particular films. I have a whole different sections for like Netflix movies and stuff like that, but like if I see it in theaters, or it came out that year, I have like a whole category for that. And so there's that. So what makes a bad movie? What makes a good movie is, like, I just think it's flawless. I like the characters, I like the acting, well, not so much the acting, I like the characters, I like the story, I like the elements that they brought to the table, I liked what they're doing, different things like that, and I'll be going through those in a review style way, which we'll get to, that's the last section of this video. And then what makes a bad movie is just that it did not reach my expectations, or something like that. Like, it was like, for instance, like if Captain Marvel is like my least favorite movie of next weekend, it's because my expectations were too high and they didn't reach them. I don't think that's going to be the case for that movie, but it's a very possibility, and so that's why it would be like my least favorite. Both reviews will have negatives and cons. I'm going to tell you how to do that. So we're going to move on to the final section, and that is how my movie review will be set up. So we have this is a 3-part movie review, which will probably be around 10, I'd say 10 to 15 minutes, tops, probably. And they're going to go in this order. So we're going to do a very brief, if I know what the movie's about, it'll be before I go see the movie. And that's how my introduction will be. Like, I'm going to go see blah, blah, blah. This is what it's about. This is what I think I'm going to like it. And then we'll have a little montage clip of me going to the movie theater, me recording the movie screen. Not like the movie, but like, before the movie starts or whatever. And then probably maybe a clip of me walking home. Not really sure if that's going to be a thing. But, and then we're going to go into spoiler details when I get back to it. I'll tell you my brief non-spoiler details, and then we're going to go into 5 cons and 5 pros of the movie. If there isn't 5, like if there's very, very little 5 cons, and then we'll just go through pros and things like that. I will talk about my favorite characters and things like that in those pros, but there will be pictures on the screen, the numbers, and like things like that. It'll be really fun. That's the review, and then we'll end it, and I'll tell you if you should go see it or not. More than likely, every movie I recommend on here, even my least favorite to my favorite, I'll probably be telling you to go see the movie. Like I said, it's very rare that I find a bad one in the mix. I know there's probably a few out there that you guys probably think are really bad, like Greta, that's getting really panned right now, but I think it looks really good, and so I'm really excited to see it. And if I can go see it this weekend, and then it's a contender. But I'm only reviewing 2 movies. I'm not, like I said, I go see too many movies to review all of them, and it's only on a 2-day span. I was going to do every movie gets a movie review, but it's unrealistic. It's not something I can handle, and it's not something I can do, and so we're just going to stick to 2 movies. The timestamps that they're going to be on is between 1 p.m. EST time to 8 p.m. EST time on Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes it can be later, sometimes it can be earlier. It matters when I see that particular film, but most of these are going to be movies I'm going to talk about before the weekend, and that still counts for like a Thursday or Friday night showings, so they're still being counted like as a new release film, but they can only fall into 2019 release dates, so such a dump one wouldn't even count. But if I see another movie that's on Netflix and I'm like, ooh, I totally need to watch that, that's where it would come from. I'm going to try to only put the other movie aspects in here, though. Alright, that's this announcement. I'm really, really excited for this. Are you excited for this? Let me know in the comments down below. What's your favorite movie type genre? Is there a certain movie you want me to review? Things like that. I will try to get to them. I can't promise. Like, for instance, I wanted to review A Star is Born Encore, but I'm not going to be able to watch that because it's not coming to my theater. So these are things that, like, just to think about. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a big fat thumbs up. Don't comment down below. Hit the subscribe button. Hopefully I get better soon. Alright, I'll talk to you.